Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. So this video is to kind of just help clarify a few things from this morning's video. So you guys may see me looking off here to my tablet. I took some notes down, so I have the information that I did a lot of research on. Shout out to Sneed. I was just watching his Periscope live, and I explained on there that I'm about to explain it here in this video. So first of all, real quick, one thing I wanted to share before I get into the main topic is the question about how Pixel Buds get updated. Now, doing research on that because I wanted to know myself, apparently, so with your device, your Android device or your Pixel device, the software update is downloaded onto your phone. When you pair your Pixel Buds to your Pixel device or your Android device, it then, while being paired and connected and while you're using it listening to music, it transfers the software through the connection to the Pixel Buds. Okay? So from downloads to phone, then when connected to Pixel Buds, transfers the software to the Pixel Buds. Now, the update process begins once you're done using your Pixel Buds and you put them back in the charging case. The charging case has to be above 50%. The earbuds themselves have to be above 50%. But once you put the earbuds back into the charging case, that's when it updates the earbuds with the new software. So just something I would throw out there for everybody just to know how Pixel Buds are updated. All right, so let's get into it. Pixel 4a 5G. Okay, so what is happening here? And that's what a lot of people want to know because, you know, in 2 videos back, I made a little rant about how the Pixel 4a announcement was delayed again. It was pushed back. That's understandable, okay? In there, I was just like, just give us the phone already. But dynamics change when you start to understand what is happening. So we already know that in the very beginning, like Google, they name their Pixel devices after fish, right? They get some sort of name, code name that's a fish name before they're actually given their actual title name. So we know that there's sunfish, bramble, and redfin. Those are 3 different devices. Now, we know that they canceled the Pixel 4a XL. They said that. That's canceled, right? We know that the Pixel 5 supposedly was not getting an XL version. And then leaks started popping up with a device that, you know, people were claiming was the Pixel 5 XL. Looked very similar to the Pixel 4a. So we were kind of left scratching our heads because we were thinking that this design that's appearing on the screen right now was going to be the Pixel 5. We thought that was the Pixel 5. It turns out it's not. The Pixel 5 is going to have the same look and style as the Pixel 4a. So it's not straying away from that. So we still get that square camera module on the back. It will have 2 camera sensors, and people are hoping that the Pixel 5 actually uses ultra-wide camera sensor rather than telephoto like they did with the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. But so leaks came out that there was in fact a Pixel 5 XL. Now we know that the Pixel 4a is sunfish. We know that redfin is the Pixel 5. So bramble, people were leaking that that was the Pixel 5 XL. But the problem with that, the renders of that, is that it had a headphone jack on the top. So then we're left scratching our heads exactly what's happening here. And so like I said in the last video that I did this morning, that a lot of carriers are requesting from OEMs to make 5G capable devices because they want 5G experience to customers, right? And they know that there are some customers who will in fact use Pixel devices. So of course, Google, you know, being asked to make 5G devices, and obviously they were doing that anyways with the Pixel 5. You know, a lot of other manufacturers like LG, Samsung's already on the ball, Motorola's already on the ball. So you got other devices like, you know, like LG and possibly HTC that's got to come up with something. But for Google, the idea I think here is that they understand that there is a budget range that they have to be within. Remember last year's fiasco with the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, and one of the biggest things that a lot of people were really upset about was the fact that the pricing of the Pixel 4 and 4 XL didn't seem to be right with consumers, right? $799 for the Pixel 4, $899 for the Pixel 4 XL, and those were the base model 64 gig variants, and people were just upset with that. And I think while we like to look at Google and think that they're dumb, they're not entirely dumb. When it comes to Google, they're too smart for their own good. They try to think outside the box, but then they also kind of go way too far with it, and they don't know how to really like harness the power of their nerdism and kind of scale it down and keep it realistic. So I mean that's Google's faults right there. However, I will say this: it right now, based upon what they're trying to do, would make sense. And if they're going to release all three Pixel devices at the same time, I can see why they would kind of, like lock them over together and why they would tease it. It's really hard to try to keep hype behind a phone that, just people will lose interest in, especially when they have expectations for it, right? Like everyone's expectations was for a Google I/O announcement and unveiling of the Pixel 4a. Of course, with everything that's happening in the world, that was canceled. With that being said, everyone's focus was like on the iPhone SE 2020 that Apple released. And then as soon as that phone released, everyone did like a neck breaker right turn and looked at Google and said, "Your answer back?" And there was nothing. Crickets chirping. And so people were getting a little frustrated, like, okay, what's happening, Google? You're supposed to answer back to this. And we kind of forget, Google doesn't really have to answer back to a release that Apple does, or to a release that OnePlus does, or to a release that any company does. They don't really have to. We want them to because we want to see this phone already, and people who are ready to upgrade from the Pixel 3a to the Pixel 4a would really love that phone to be released out so they can go ahead and upgrade to it. So I can kind of see where it's going from. Now, yes, I am still a bit frustrated because you know what? Google just released the Pixel 4a and the 4a 5G now and give us the Pixel 5 in October. That's where I would go with it. But then I can kind of see where Google's trying to go, where they're just going to release all these devices all at the same time, right? So, in the Google store, you'll have the much higher end, or what they would consider their flagship, which is not considered as a flagship by many other people out there, would be the Pixel 5. But if you don't want to spend maybe, let's say they price it at $699 for the Pixel 5, then you could opt in for the Pixel 4a 5G, and I think they'll price that one, I'm hoping, under $599 for the Pixel 4a 5G, because it's rumored that the Pixel 4a would be priced between $300 to $400. I'm assuming $349 because we've seen that price tag just about in like different various articles about it. I'm assuming that that's what it's going to be. So, we'll say it. Like, if I'm going to take a guess right now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to call it right now, and then we'll see when it's unveiled if I'm right or wrong. So, Pixel 4a, $349. You want the 5G variant? I'm assuming it's going to be $549. Well, $549. Well, that's what I'm going to call the price tag on the Pixel 4a 5G. And then for the Pixel 5, $699. Okay, now, the Pixel 4a 5G is the biggest of all three devices. So the 5 will kind of sit in between them. And so that's pretty much what we know so far right now. So, again, all these things were found, basically the coding and stuff were found within the Google app when it was torn apart, and they looked through the code files in the APK. And you kind of just see that there's still 3 code names: Sunfish, Bramble, Redfin. When you look at the renders that's being thrown out from various different people who leak information on the internet regarding the Pixel devices, you'll look at what they call the Pixel 5 XL, and we know that they're not going to put a headphone jack back into the 5 XL, but not include a headphone jack in the 5. Google has done some pretty dumb things, but I don't think they'll go that far to do that dumb thing right there. And the Pixel 4a has a headphone jack and continues that, but you also look at the differences between the leaked renders of the Pixel 5 currently right now and the Pixel 4a 5G, and you can see that there's material differences between them. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Quick little update to kind of just bring more, I guess. Just let me know if I explained it in a good way, because sometimes I feel like I suck at explaining things. So you guys just tell me in the comment section if I had explained it to the if I explained it good. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm gonna jam out of here. So thanks for checking out this video, and you know what, I'm just gonna completely cover the upcoming Pixel devices from here on out. So yeah, more videos to drop. When I get more info, I'll explain more as more info is leaked. But again, thanks for watching. Aloha.